Hello, welcome to my channel. This is where we keep reality for real. My name is Gabriel, and today, as usual, I have a guest. Her name is Nana Ama Tontoh. Nana Ama Tontoh is an actress. Okay. She also has a bachelor's degree from Ohio University in Athens.
Yes.
In Athens. She premiered a lot of movies, including Kumewood movies. And then she also has short movies in America here. And you can have all these movies or films on Facebook or in YouTube. You can check Nana Ama Tontoh on YouTube. And we're going to get a lot of movies and clips on YouTube. Welcome, my dear sister.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, how did it all started for you?
The movie part.
Life in general. How did it all started for you? Life in general. Where you were born and how you went to school and all that.
Oh.
And why you even wanted to become an actress.
I think growing up, I've always wanted to be an actor.
Okay.
I also wanted to be a singer, but I guess I couldn't really sing that well. And also, I didn't really get a lot of encouragement growing up. I was born in Kumasi. I was born at Juso. That's where my mother is from.
Okay.
So, about at the age of 4 or 5, I had to go stay with my father's family. So I grew up in Kumasi from the age of 4.5, 5 till I came here.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So, I mean, if you didn't grow up with your, you have both parents absent, it's just hard. My father wasn't around. My father was here, so he wasn't even around when I was born.
Yeah.
My mom was really young, so I guess when my father told her to take me to his sister's, I guess maybe it was sort of like a relief or something. I don't know per se, but I mean, she was really young when she had me. I think I'm not going to say the age, but she was young. She was a teenager when she had me. So I guess maybe it was a burden for her. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I just lived with my father's family till I came here, until my father brought me here.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you never had education really in Ghana?
I did. I finished GHS.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished GHS. I went to Fanchinibra GHS. I hope some of my friends can find me on here. Yeah, because I've been meaning to find them, but I can't find any of them. Yeah, that's where I went, and that's all that's all the schooling I did in Ghana. And I came here when I was about 16 years.
Wow. And
so I just had to go to high school and did my 2 years at DeVry, and then after graduation I transferred to Ohio University and got my bachelor's, and just life moved from there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you married?
Currently no.
Okay.
No.
All right, but you have kids?
I do.
Okay. How many?
3.
3 kids.
Yes.
Wow, beautiful ones.
Yes.
Yeah. You were in Ohio University.
Ohio University. OU.
Yeah.
Ohio State is our enemy, so you can't say that. We're enemies, but yeah, they come to our school all the time for parties.
Yeah.
Everybody love OU for the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you study arts, theater arts?
Actually, I did study art in New York.
Okay.
When I was through my high school, I went to this school called Legacy, a high school, for it's like a after school performing arts basically. So I did that. I took I took method acting, and just went audition after audition after audition. I ended up, the first movie I can say that I shot here as an extra was the movie School of Rock. I don't know if you've heard of it. Jack Black, you know the actor Jack Black?
Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black that was the first time I met him. And that was like the biggest American movie that I was in. But I mean, I wasn't an extra in that one.
Yeah.
But it was through Paramount Pictures, so I guess that was kind of big for us that time.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really excited to do that. They paid us, so it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first thing I did. And I did a couple mini series in New York. After the 9/11, there was this series that we shot, and I was part of that too, called A Legacy of New York or something like that. I remember they said it was going to be GSTV. That was back when. I can't even, it's a while ago. It's around 9/11, so it's a long time ago. Yeah. And I just kind of just move on from there, you know. I mean, I always wanted to act since childhood, but like I said, nobody really encouraged me. Even when I came, my dad was not supportive. I mean, you know, African parents.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he was not. When he
wanted to become a medical doctor, an engineer,
a nurse or something, you know. But I tried so hard. I mean, I did how many times I did nursing? Twice, and both times I quit. So clearly it's not for me. So
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, forget it. I'm not gonna do it.
You were here in Columbus throughout?
No, I was in New York.
Okay,
I lived in New York for about 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And then I came here.
Yeah.
But even one of my kids was born there. He was born in New York, New Jersey. Yeah.
I love New York.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love New York. I love the scenery.
A lot of people love New York. Even though they say it's dirty, they still love it. I mean, I love it myself.
Yeah.
You can never hit New York.
Yeah.
You know,
I love the scenery, but just that I'm wondering if I can raise children in New York, because
not in the city.
They don't have a lot of space.
Not in the city. I'll tell you that. After I had my son, I had to go somewhere. I had come here at first to visit. And when I came, I was like, okay, this is where. Then my husband, I was like, no, we have to come here. So that's why we kind of made a transition to move here.
Wow. So you had some movies with Kumewood movies. Or did you did not? Did you or did not? You did not.
I did. I mean, I shot one with Benjamin Sapon, the director.
Okay.
That I found out that he didn't even release it.
Oh.
I don't know what happened. But I did shoot one with late Bishop. I forgot his name.
The one who died?
Bishop, yes.
The one who died. Oh, okay.
Yes. Mr. Bernard Mafo.
I've forgotten his name. Yeah.
Mr. Bernard. Is it Bernard? It is Bernard. I just can't think of the last name.
Bernard. Yeah. I've lost his name.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's so bad of me. He is a very good papa of mine. Yeah, it's like a memory fear or something like that. It wasn't a memory fear before, but they changed the name. Okay. So I can't think of the name that they gave it.
Okay.
But yeah, that movie was shot at the lakeside. Yeah, there's a small village there. That's where they shot it. Yep. That was the first time I actually walked through like Kumewood movie set. Yeah, it was really fun. They were good people. That's the first time I met Lewin. I met Auntie Christie and Bishop and the director Isaiah Pia.
Yeah.
He's in New York right now, actually.
Yeah.
You good people.
Yeah, you are exposed to American movies.
Yes. American and Kumewood.
Yes. If you look at the two scenarios, Kumewood movies, Ghanaian movies, like even Accra movies,
to use the term Kumewood at all.
And then Nigerian, American movies, and even Nigerian movies.
I've done Nigerian movie too.
Yeah. What are some of the difficulties that must be addressed? Or what are some of the things that you think that must be addressed?
Oh, comparing to like Ghana movies compared to American movies.
Yes. Oh, because I believe even when you watch the movies, American movies, Hollywood movies, even when it's not Hollywood movies, but most of these movies that are done in America, you can see there is this feeling. That feeling is lacking in African movies or Ghanaian movies. Now, when you look at South African movies, you can feel it.
You can feel it.
Yes, you can feel that thing. What is the problem?
Well, the problem in Africa, I'm not going to say everywhere in Africa, because obviously South Africans are doing amazing job.
Yes.
Right? Nigerians too. Nigerians are doing amazing job. From what I've gathered, it seems like as Ghanaians, we don't really have unity, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unity is very important when it comes to these things. South Africans have it. They also get support. Nigerians have unity. They get support from the government itself to shoot better movies, right?
Yeah.
Ghana, we don't get that. Nobody support us. Even people that can support you don't support you because you don't have a name, you don't have a face. So nobody cares whether you're shooting or not shooting. I've been to many sets where we just need like a small place like this to shoot something. Mm-hmm. You have to pay so much, you have to pay. Whereas Nigeria and South Africa, they are more than welcome. They'll welcome you to to use their small place and you get all the supports. The governments and they have film associations that help with these things. But in Ghana, everybody wants it for themselves.
Yeah.
The unity is not, that's why Ghana movie industry is dead now. Where is this so-called Kumawood? Where is this so-called Gollywood?
Yeah.
Which both names I hate, by the way. Excuse me to use the word. I hate both names, but where are they now?
Yeah.
Unless you're doing your own thing, like we're trying to do, nobody will help. It's really sad there. It's sad, but you have like good actors, young, upcoming, that want to do this.
Yeah.
You go to a production house, they ask you to pay so much fees. But here in America, when I did that School of Rock, we didn't pay nothing. They were begging us to be there. Right? They were begging us to be there. And even I only went twice. I didn't even go the third day because I was kind of tired. It was, of course, every movie set is long. It's just prolonged after prolonged. You have to wait. You have to sit there. That's everywhere. But at least here, what sets here apart from Ghana, the difference is they feed you. And they'll at least, if they're not paying you, you get some sort of credit. You get something. Ghana, you will sit there for hours. Some people go on set for days and they will not even shoot one scene. So imagine these kids don't have money. Most of them don't work. Most of them are in school. They just, they want to act. So they will come. The little money that they have, that's what they will use for transportation. They will use for food. They don't even have a place to stay. If you don't have money, you're staying, I'm sorry, you're sleeping outside.
Yeah.
That is the bottom line. And I've seen it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's this one production house called Juicy Biz. It's a Nigerian-based production house. I did how many movies? I think I did one movie with them called Step Back. I think they recently removed it from YouTube, and the owner posted on his own channel platform. I'm still getting calls from Ghana, like they would tell me, hey, Miss Tontoh, we're watching you, or we're watching, so I think it's somewhere in Nigeria. I have a couple Nigerian friends that were in Ghana shooting. So yeah, that movie, the director or the producer was good enough that he basically rented the whole first floor of a hotel. Okay. And so it was 2 big rooms. Guys were in one, girls were in one. At least they have a place to sleep, and they were not sleeping outside. Yeah. It's sad. It's sad out there. I really wish that we can do better. Yeah. We can get support and we can just bring it up again. Because back in the day, when I was young, this is why I fell in love with acting so much. There were movies that were so good back in the day. I remember Sacrifice. You remember the movie Sacrifice?
sacrifice Ghanaian movie.
Ghanaian movie with this is back in the day when Mr. Fred Amugi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was one of the
Yeah.
main
I can't-
actors. You can.
I will not be able to
Yeah.
remember the but I know
I remember good.
the Amugi. Yeah.
Yeah, good movies out there. I even one time I went to Ghana. They were having a movie audition for. You remember not sacrifice, but Inspector Bediako.
Inspector Bediako.
Yes, I met Mr. Fred Amugi there. He was one of the judges.
Yeah.
For the audition.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, it was like I only had like 8 days left to come back. But I did went to the audition anyways, just to see. And I mean, the setup and everything was good. But what happened? You know, I heard that they started shooting it, but then where did it go? We get no support. So whenever we go to shoot stuff, like it's our own money.
Yeah. So when it comes to support, if we come to America, where did they get the funding?
They have, American Film Association. They have so many associations, international films associations. They have like New York Film Association. They have so many associations where you can get funds from these associations, and as long as you present your script or your story and they like it, they will support you. Excuse me. Hollywood is also there to support people. They have film school associate, like student films. They have so many supports out there. Where do we have these supports in Ghana? Where I don't know, because I've been shooting for a while. Like I've shot 2 movies. One was Red Condom. The second one was Unexpected, which I wrote myself. Both of these movies I wrote myself. I shot it, and the money, like the people that were supposed to that I'm shooting with. Okay, they put their money down. We did budget. They said, okay, example, let's say they say 5,000. I gave them the money. This is supposed to be including everything. I gave the money, shot the movie, and I'm thinking, because they have, we got this. We will, do it. And up to now, I have the movies. I have to go and took the rushes myself. They didn't even edit it. Both movies are there at my house right now. I paid.
And you paid for it?
Yes, I paid everything.
Wow.
So I basically wasted close to 10,000. Wow. Like, I mean, but then you can't give up, because we love to do this. So we just move on and just continue to do. You just have to find a good director who is a little trustworthy. But it's so hard to find these people because you just don't know who you're trusting your stuff with. Yeah. But recently I did, when was this? 2021, we shot a movie called A Water Thrust. I mean, it's even on Google. Like if you Google, it should be on IMDb Pro. Then I met this director there. That director has proven to be one of the best people that I was even talking to him today. I can trust him a bit. I mean, since 2021, we shot the movie. We shot 2022. I shot Cocoa Mountains with him. And Cocoa Mountains is one of the movies that I premiered here. It's on my YouTube. You can check it out if you like. Yeah. I shot with him. And he has been one of the best directors that I've met since I started doing this. I mean, he's trustworthy. So now he's the only one that I kind of direct my things to. So far, I haven't seen anything bad. I mean, they all chop money. Yeah. But if at least they will eat some and provide something in return, for me, it's okay. Because versus these people that have wasted the money without, providing anything or nothing in return. So I'm working with him still now. And hopefully next year, not next year, but ending of this year, I will be in Ghana. We'll be working on another story.
Okay. election is getting closer. And so a lot of manifestos and a lot of promises here and there. There was this guy, Nana Bediako. Nana Bediako, he wanted to be a president in Ghana.
Oh,
Yes.
Ghana, yeah.
And so he was saying that they should build a studio.
A movie studio?
A movie studio.
Oh, that's our dream.
Do you think that is what we need in Ghana?
I think we need something like that, yes. If it will be managed well, it will be something that can go further. You know, but Ghana, they start things and then it doesn't last. Because, of course, you know, corruption is a big thing. It's a key. True. So if you find people that are trustworthy enough, people that will take care of it, I feel like it can go. I mean, Nigerians are doing it, so why can't we do it?
Yeah.
It's because, like I said earlier, we don't have the unity. I feel like if they do work together, if they were to work together, things would have been better than what it is now. I mean, look at Nigeria. They're up here and we're like here. Because unity in Ghana is not good. I mean, look at here. I'm saying I shot the movie and people just wouldn't help at all, you know. But that doesn't mean that I should stop doing what I love to do. So now that I've grown to learn that you cannot really, you know, follow people, like put your trust in people so much, because it's only people that can really disappoint.
That's true.
Yeah. If animal disappoint, it's animal. I mean, after all, what? But humans are the worst mammals you can ever meet in your life. They will, first of all, they will not support, but they will bring you down. You know what I'm saying? They will discourage. So I try not to, the ones that I feel like I have nothing in common with, I kind of stay a little bit further away from these people, just so that, because I mean, you have to associate yourself with people that you have in common with. That way. Absolutely. Yeah, that way you don't always be discouraged and always, your spirit will always be down. I've grown to know that now, to learn that now. So I just do my thing with people that I know will support and people that I know will lift my spirit up. Yeah.
Earlier on, you were saying that you shot a movie here in America and you premiered it in Columbus here.
Oh, no, I shot it in Ghana. I was going to shoot it here. Okay. I started shooting it here.
Okay.
But again...
But you wanted to premiere it here.
I did premiere it here.
Yeah. And they did not come. They did not support.
Oh, no. Even most people in my church did not show up. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not really huge in church anymore because the world's most hypocritical people, you don't find them around here. You find them at church. So many hypocrites sitting at church, and not just my church, but
wow.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, I am like a nature lover, you know, nature worshiper, basically. I pray to my God, pray to nature, and I move about my day.
It looks like you've been disappointed some way, one way or the other.
So many times.
By the church.
By church, by people close to me, you know, like husbands. I mean, it's not easy. I mean, recently, I am a 2-time cancer survivor. 2015, 2016, thereabouts, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Yes. And I found it myself. I happened to come upon it. So I didn't know it was. I mean, I was so young at the time. So I went to see my gynecologist. I didn't know where to go. So I went to my gynecologist and he was a guy. He's like, okay, let me check. And then he did check. He said, okay, I feel something. I'm going to give you, because your age, you cannot go anywhere and go do mammogram. It has to be a referral. So he gave me a referral. I went to Mount Carmel and they did all these testings and it came up, sure enough, it was. So then I had to do surgeries and chemos and things like that. Oh yeah. I mean, I lost my hair. Like it was just awful. I mean,
Wow.
I survived that. And then 2019 during the COVID, I was pregnant 4.5 months. And then the cancer returned during pregnancy. So, I mean, you're pregnant, you cannot get chemo. So it's either your life or the child's. But I do have little ones at home too. At this time, my little girl was almost 2 years. They advised me to, get rid of the fetus so that I can get another round of chemo. Because it came back to not breast, but it came to my skin here. It came to my chest up here. So it was like a small knot up there. So then they had to like remove the fetus. I cried for days and days, and I was sad for a long time because this is a baby that is healthy.
Yes.
Because I've been healthy my whole life. Like, they don't know where this cancer came from.
Yeah.
They say, oh, I did that whole genetic thing. They said it's from my mother's lineage, but then none of my mother's sisters have had it. My mom is older than me. She's never had it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird to me. But, I mean, that's what they say. You kind of have to go by that. So I had to get rid of the fetus and to get treatments again for the second time.
Chemo.
Yeah, this one, after the biopsy, the lump was not big. It was like maybe this it was small. So they couldn't really remove it. So I had to take oral chemo. There's a medicine that they have out there called Ibrance. Very expensive. So they put me on that, and I was on it for some time. And as I'm talking this time around, I had a very close friend that also passed away with the same circumstances, cancer as well. So it really hit home. Like it was just awful, awful thing. But what can you do? I mean, this time the tumor shrunk. So, I mean, they actually, this time around, I have not really been confirmed, like, cancer-free like the first time. But I don't have tumors either. The tumor is not growing, because they say it's hormonal type cancer that I had the first time. It returned because I was pregnant, I guess, because the hormone elevated. The hormones elevated, I'm sorry. And so after the fetus was gone, everything started going down, which was really odd.
Yeah.
As if somebody somewhere didn't want me to have another child.
Yeah.
So I was like, as an earth person, I'm gonna just find out. So I have this Akashic reading. I did Akashic reading. And the lady told me that like they don't want me to have a child. I said, who?
Yeah.
She said it's coming from like a family line, like a family lineage or something. Just like the doctor said. I'm like, what? I mean, to lose a child like that is awful.
Absolutely.
A healthy one like that, because I never really have any problems except this attack, like this whole cancer thing. Coming once, coming twice. It's not something that I want to come for the third time.
Yeah.
So I got my ovaries removed. So if that's where the hormones is coming from, then let me try and like sort of close that up. Because I mean, I didn't know what else to do. Per the doctor's advice, they said it would be best if you can, close your ovaries. That way you're not gonna have elevated hormones anymore. And I honestly speaking, I didn't want to bring another child and then something else happened.
Absolutely.
That soul can go to somewhere else or someone else that need one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just an awful thing to go through, and I didn't want it to happen again. So I just ended up having my ovaries removed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been awful. It's not something I would recommend if it's not like, a health risk or anything. But I mean, it was a health risk for me. So to lose a soul, an innocent soul, it's not something you want to do purposely again. You know what I mean? So that's what drove me to like just do that. That way I don't have to, get pregnant again, or somebody out there can use that soul. So I mean, that's what I believe anyways. So I try not to cry.
I'm sorry. Honestly,
I've cried enough.
Wow.
So I'm like, I don't want to cry. It's awful. I mean, I'm telling the story. Usually I don't say stuff, like, not publicly like this, but then if it has happened to me, it can happen to somebody else.
Yes.
And at least if somebody watch this, they're like, oh, okay. So if they're watching it and see that they're not the only one, or it happens to young people too. It's not. This is back when they say, oh, breast cancer only happened to old people. Back then it was like 50 plus going. Now it's happening to young women as well. And I don't know whether it's got something to do with the environment or what. I just don't know. But it does happen, and it happened to me. So,
wow.
Yeah. So right now I'm just getting treatments. Not treatments. Sorry. Every 3 to 6 months I have to go for MRI. I have to go for PT scans. I actually have one coming up because I used to go to the Zang, the cancer center on Cassidy Avenue.
Okay.
My doctor just switched me to OSU, Stephanie Spielman, Cancer Center. So I go there. I just kind of made a transition from the Zang to OSU. So now they have to do all these tests again. And it costs a lot of money.
Wow.
So it's like, it's like you're in here. You cannot go down. Because if you work so much, then first of all, you can work, but you're not going to be able to pay.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, my drug is 1 month supply was like close to 30,000. Where am I getting that money? I mean, I want that money to shoot my movie. So there's no way. And so you just have to kind of balance stuff out.
I'm very sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm very sorry.
At least I'm still here. I'm doing my own thing and kind of like surviving, just living and try to stay on the course, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I have another shoot coming up, so hopefully when I go to Ghana, I'll be able to get that going. And we have, I'm working on a mini series right here in Columbus called Roommates. So I'm working on that with my little group that I have, that I know will be there. Because I've tried so many times to do something that people just not supportive. So I try to just gather just a little group that I know would want to do this. And hopefully we'll start shooting like maybe next month. I have like a season ready. Like if I can have like 3 seasons or at least maximum 5 seasons or something, then we'll be able to like start shooting. And so hopefully you see it soon. I'll send you a link.
You said something about the marriage. And whilst you were talking about the disappointments in the church and all that, you also referred to marriage and the divorce. Would you like to speak to it, or you want to?
Marriage is not something that I like to kind of talk about. At this point, I'm not really a huge fan of marriage anymore. I've done it twice. I don't want to do it again. You know what I mean? It's not. I mean, I have nothing against marriage. For those that are into it, I applaud them, and I hope that, everything goes well. I don't want anybody going through what I experienced to get me out of that whole marriage thing. I've had better relationship with my ex now that we're not together versus when we were. So I mean, kids are not something that I'm like, I don't put my kids out there because I feel like they're not actors. I'm the one that's actor. I'm into these things. I try not to really associate them with my things so much. I don't really post them. But I'm not also, I mean, I'm happy that I have them, of course, because if I didn't have them early, then now I can have kids, right? I can't have them anymore. So, but at some point, I'm not really happy with the situation because I didn't lucky to like have them all with one person, you know? So it's something I'm not happy with that. And at the same time, I'm not sad. I mean, when I was younger, I cried a lot because that's not the life that I saw or visioned, right? But now that I've grown and I know that, okay, it really isn't that bad. You're not the only person. At least if you didn't have them now, you'd be crying alone, right? But now when I'm crying, my kid sits next to me and tell me it's gonna be okay, mommy, you're gonna be fine. You know, don't things will be fine. We will grow up. We'll get a job. We'll buy you a house. These things is encouraging. You hear these things from your kids.
Yes, that's true.
And my son is my first time ever. I never had any pregnancy, or that he's my first pregnancy, and I kept him, and now he's like 19 years old. You know what I mean? So in all, I see it as like it's negatively, it's disappointing to me, but I love my kids no matter what.
Yeah,
you know, they are mine, and I'm able to have at least 3. If not the one that I lost, it would be 4. And so, all in all, just the fact that they're not all from the same father is what disappoints me personally. But at the same time, too, I'm okay I have them. And I'm happy I had them because considering now, my situation now, and I had no child, I would be probably the saddest person in the world. Because I didn't save any eggs. I didn't save anything. Because at the hospital, they didn't even put it out there as an option at all. So I'm just talking now because there are younger people than me getting breast cancers. And if they're watching this, hopefully they can make better decisions by saving eggs. Because I already had 2 kids when I was diagnosed. So it was not so big, you know, for me to like save an egg. And then the hospital too didn't give me that option to really save an egg. And I didn't know that even Medicaid would have paid for that. They didn't mention anything of that sort. So I didn't know. All in all, I thought this was coming out of my pocket. How can I save my egg? It's like, at the time, they said it was like close to 20,000. If I had a 20,000, I'm going to use it to shoot a big movie.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You shoot a big movie. So at the time, that was not something that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But if somebody's watching and the person is younger than me, they should ask those questions as to what are their options when it comes to saving eggs. That way, if something like my situation happens, they will be able to, you know, still have a child.
Yeah.
Later on in life. Yeah.
So, I don't want to push you.
Oh, no.
I don't want to push you to speak about the marriage issue, but I'm concerned with a lot of stories.
A lot of stories.
Stories about divorce and issues with marriage. I'm married, actually. So anybody who's married should be concerned.
Not everybody. I wouldn't say everybody. Like, I think maybe my soul is just too soft. Because I'm like, anybody, like, especially guys, I have more guy friends than females. And they all like, you're so nice, you're this, you're that, but how come? Because I'm like, I understand men. I chill, I vibe better with guys. But then somehow relationships, when it comes to relationships, it's like I'm salt. I don't know how to put it. Like I said, like my 2 exes, or I could say 3, I'm now better with them than I was. I mean, I stayed married. Like the first marriage lasted like about 7 to 8 years. I was young. That's my first relationship I got into. And we came here together with a child. Things didn't go according to how we wanted to. And so we ended up separating and we ended up getting a divorce. And my second ex, we didn't get together. I don't know what to call that. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a relationship. I didn't have like a long-term relationship with him at all. I mean, I hate being pregnant, not hate being pregnant. So how should I put this? My kids have like 6 years gaps. But relationship doesn't work out, doesn't mean that that's it. You try. At least you try. I tried 3 times, didn't work out, so I don't want to try anymore for marriage. That's what I was trying to like say. The first one I said 7, 8 years thereabout. We were together maybe around that time. Those years, it didn't work out. He wanted different things. I wanted maybe different things. So then we end up separating and we end up getting divorced later on. My second relationship, it was not something I was into. Honestly speaking, I'm not gonna lie. So that one didn't work out. But then we end up having a child too. And we end up deciding to go our separate ways. So I'm like, no more. I don't want any more because I don't want to have another child again. And it's going to be like, this girl is this, she's that. But, Ghanaians always have that mentality when you have kids, like from different what am I trying to say here? Like with different guys, basically, they assume automatically you're a bad person. Like you're promiscuous, you go here and you go there. That's why this happened. But then they don't, that's all they care about. They don't want to like even ask you what happened, what was the reason. So I was like, I don't want any more, no more marriages, no more kids. But then I ended up meeting another person who was really, I thought was it. I stayed with this person for almost 12 years. That one too didn't work out because, I mean, there was lies in between somewhere. This person knew me, knew my body. Like, I honestly speaking, I loved this man. And I felt like he knew me well enough, like he knew my body before and after the cancer and all. But after cancer, like when you have cancer, your body goes through a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Chemo does a lot of things to your body. And then it was hormonal things. So they have to block hormones from your natural body, which cause a lot of discomfort for a female. And from the beginning, he knows. So I just don't know, and I don't understand how things could have turned out the way it did. So there was a woman that he had back home. I can say maybe I turned a blind eye. I don't know. But when I met him, he didn't tell the truth from the beginning. Not knowing that he was going to bring this woman over here without me knowing, I didn't know that. So as my body going through changes, when it comes to men, it's all about sex and romance on these things. Like if you know a female that has gone through cancer and like a breast cancer per se, because the treatment is basically like the same unless yours is like invasive. If it's hormonal, they will put you on hormone pills. There is nothing else that they put you on. After the chemo, they put you on hormone pills, and these hormone pills changes a lot of your body systems. The way your body acts, the way your body reacts to things. Because, I mean, as young women, they try to block estrogen from your body. So when they block estrogen from your body, it causes a lot of discomfort for female. I mean, it's something that I never knew until I had to actually go through that situation, right?
Yeah.
So then apparently we can't have sex anymore. And I'm a man, I have needs, that kind of thing. You're a guy.
Yeah.
That kind of things. I mean, I don't know. Even though, this woman that he left behind, he told me, according to him, she cheated on him back in Ghana. But
so he actually went to Ghana.
Oh, yeah, we went to Ghana together.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere
All right.
2015, 16 there.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to Ghana together. He went to his mother's hometown. The girl apparently was serving his mom. So they got together. This is what he told me. Because I stayed in Accra. I stayed behind because I was, remember, working on that movie I told you about, The Unexpected and The Red Condom at that time.
Yeah.
So he said he was going to visit his mother in Kumasi. I said, sure. I trust so much, so easily.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking anything. He went, he had relations with this woman. This woman became pregnant.
Oh.
Yes, we were together. I forgave him because, I mean, after all, I'm like, where am I going to go? Because I felt like, I've lost a lot, and your body is not the same anymore. Nobody's gonna want you. Like, that's how I was thinking before. So I forgave him because I thought, okay, it's not a big deal because after all, I can't even have kids anymore. Because that's what I thought. I can't have kids anymore. So, and he didn't have kids at the time. If he wants to have kids, then there's nothing I can do. So I forgave him. He told me, oh, yeah, she's gonna be in Ghana or whatever, she's not not knowing that he's even planning on bringing her. But this is back when we first met, like 2012, 13 somewhere. I guess he mentioned something, but maybe I didn't take it seriously because, I mean, we were here.
Yeah.
Right? He said, so I think I once mentioned, so are you going to bring this woman? He said, maybe, eventually. Maybe. I didn't pay attention to that maybe and that eventually. That eventually became reality after I had the cancer.
Wow.
Yep. We were together. I didn't think I would be able to even get pregnant, but 2016, somewhere 2016, like somewhere February, March, I became pregnant with my last baby. They say it was a miracle. I was still taking these pills, but when I went to Ghana, because the uncomfortability and all that, I stopped taking it for a while. So I think that's, as soon as I came back, I got pregnant on the pill. And I was still taking the pill. Because that pill, I was even lucky that my child was born healthy as she is, because I didn't know. So I was taking it. That pill can cause deformity. But I was lucky enough to have a healthy child, even though I couldn't breastfeed her. She's one of the smartest kids I know. Like, she even got her own YouTube YouTube channel.
Wow.
Yeah, I can say that she's one of the kids that I don't worry about. Even though she's only 6 years, I do not worry about this child. She's smart. People always say, oh, if you don't breastfeed your children, they're not going to be smart. It's never true. I mean, I'm living proof.
Yeah.
Right? And so now I know this is never true.
Yeah. So he finally brought the...
Oh, yes.
Brought the lady.
Oh, yes. Yep.
They live here in Columbus?
They were. The woman was living in... Well, he got friends in Dayton. So that's where she went.
Okay.
He put her there.
Okay.
And we were living right here in Columbus. So it's like there was no way I was going to ever find out, because I'm not a type that's snoop. I don't have time. Yeah. I'm not going to touch your phone. I'm not going to go through your messages. I'm not going to do anything like that. So I guess maybe he realized that. So he like, this would be perfect. And so let me just, bring her. And It turns out he wants to marry 2 women. I'm like, are you kidding me? You want to marry 2 women with what money? Like, you know, if there's money involved, at least I can like, you know, maybe like, okay, you can go ahead and just give me my side of the money, my portion. There's no money. We're still struggling. It's not possible. As an Ashanti kid, woman like myself, no, not this age. Maybe back in the day, you know, it was possible. But for those that are okay with it, I'm all about that. But me personally, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
So I had no choice, but like, yeah, you can go with it. And this time, this time that I found out that I was, because, you know, I wanted to have more kids with like one person. That way it wouldn't look so bad, because I felt like, you know, I told you earlier, I was just not really comfortable with the way the situation is. So I'm like, and also at the same time getting older. So let me just have them back to back. That way I can raise them together. So the first one was healthy. I'm like, let me try again. That's what I tried. Second time, then the cancer returned.
Yeah.
But this time we're talking about it, knowing he had brought this woman here. This woman is here. Again, I had one child with him, so I didn't want to just end it like that. So let me, you know, just, he said, oh, her family helped me come here. So I promised her family that I'll bring one of their family member over here to be able to help the family. It was all lies. Yep. So as we're talking of having a second child, this woman is already pregnant.
Wow.
So tell me that she's pregnant, right? At least so I know that, okay, then I'm not going to try, because I was basically putting my health and life in danger at this point, because I didn't know what would happen. But in my mind, I thought I had the first one healthy and safely. I mean, actually, it wasn't even that safe. When I had the first one, she was healthy and everything. But afterwards, I had hemorrhage that I nearly died. I had really bad hemorrhage at the hospital. So, I mean, I'm here now, so obviously I lived. But then, so as I'm trying to have the second one, that you know that this one is pregnant. Tell me that she is. Of course, we'll get mad, but when we get mad, I'm like one of the people that cannot get mad for long. It's in my nature, because I found out, right? I cannot get mad. I cannot get mad and like sleep, and then the next day and still be mad. I know people that are like that. I can only get mad for like maybe 2-3 hours. Because at that point, I started thinking, is it even necessary? Because my mind will, you know, I'll have so much going on. But he could have told me, he could have said something, but no, nothing at all. Until later on when I became pregnant. And then this woman was pregnant like 5 months ahead of me. You could have said something. But no, he didn't. When I lost my child, they took the child out. They took the fetus out somewhere 2020 during the COVID time, yeah. And she had her baby. So you can imagine. And then when you're home too, like you get, oh, I have to go because the child is sick. I said, you know what? I cannot deal with this because it's really stressing me out.
Yeah.
So I said, you know, you can just go and leave with her. I cannot.
Yeah. I'm not
the type that's gonna fight over a guy. Let alone a guy who's not rich. It just sounds kind of silly, but it's just, that's how I say, just to kind of like get my mind off of it and all, to make it sound funny. But yeah, you can go, because if I meet someone, fine. If I don't, after all, I have, you know,
3 kids,
3 kids, so it's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
I can just work. I have energy. I have strength now, thankfully. Glory be to God. So after all, I can work. So let me just work, right? And just take care of my own kids. I told him to go and he went.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just, I lived, I mean, basically we were done. because there's nothing I could have done. I forgave him so many times that I didn't kind of want to do it again. Because it seems like he's just going to be repeated. Like the repetition was just ridiculous. Because it happened in Ghana, remember? And she lost that child in Ghana. It was the same woman.
I mean, I would have asked that, is it because of the cancer? But
it wasn't.
Yes, because I realized that he actually had that lady
all along.
Long time ago.
Yeah. But you tell the truth. Because I'm basically like the most truthful person, because if I tell you the truth, what are you going to do? Nothing. You can't do nothing. I mean, I'm telling you, maybe it will hurt you, but in the long run, you sit and realize that, okay, at least the truth has been told, right? But nothing. He hid it. He hid things, hid it for so long. And I was like, you know what? I cannot do this. Let me just take care of my kids, and you go and do if you want to find a second wife, go ahead and do that with her. I'm not okay with that. I grew up, both my parents are Ashantis. I mean, my mom is from Ojoso, my father is from Diase, which is Bokrom around there. So there's no way. I don't have any family that has married too. So for her family, her father even apparently married like 2, 3, or 4 or something like that. So she's okay with that kind of stuff. I'm not. So you're supposed to ask me if I'm okay with it. Even with the cancer or no cancer. I mean, it's my life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you cannot just sit there and think for me as to what you think I would say.
Yeah.
You know. But
I mean, most of these relationships, people say that they've seen the red flags.
They say they're red flags, but
yeah. Have you seen a red flag like that?
I would say that was the time that when we first met, sort of like started seeing each other, like talking and stuff, and I because she would call. She would call, but when I was in Ghana, I also had a friend. I didn't have like really a relationship per se, because I was young coming here. I mean, at the age of 16, like 15, 16, what are you doing? And back at that time too. So I had a friend that I also used to talk to. So I thought, they were schoolmates. This is what he told me, that they were schoolmates. They went to the university together. So, and plus, I'm not a jealous type, and I think that's probably a problem.
Absolutely.
That is a problem, because I don't like, everything is like laid back. I'm a laid back person. So I'm like, he's just talking to his friend. Like I talk to my friend, right? He texts me sometimes, we text, we talk. Me and him grew up together in the same household. So I thought it's the same way, right? I didn't really pay attention to these kind of things. Like I said, I don't pay attention to these kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And it ended up backfiring on myself. So I just decided, okay, relationship is out. And 4 years I didn't date anybody. I just go to the hospital, go get checkups, go work, come home, be with my kids. Right. But like I said, I cannot be angry. I'm not an angry person.
Yeah.
So I naturally, I think we are born with these things. Because that's the nature of mine. So I mean, I made amends with all of them. And things are like my peace of mind is so, like, I'm so much better with making amends than, I mean, if you're sitting there and you're struggling, that's on you. I already made my peace with it. I mean, honestly speaking, I didn't think that I'll meet someone after 4 years. So I closed it up. I closed it up just working. If there's a movie and one producer that I work with, he's in California, if he tell me he's going to Ghana and I have time, I'll go and just work with him and come back. 4 years, I was not dating anybody, just sitting there.
Yeah.
And then I met this guy at work. I didn't even know that he liked me, but because he's younger than me, so I'm like, oh no. But he's from here. Like so far the best person I've actually dated. He's the youngest. He's young out of all these men. So it worked out. He's not even worried about like kids. I mean, he's like, I'm not gonna get those excuses like my mother said, my mother said. He's like, I met his mom, even though I have these kids, she loves me. And it's good. Very good. I'm happy with him because I really, honestly speaking, I gave up. My auntie is the one that's like,
oh, so you are actually with him now?
yeah.
Okay, great. That's nice.
My auntie is the one that said, don't give up. You meet someone, don't give up. Don't close your mind up. And so as soon as we started dating,
because I mean,
my auntie was the first person I told, and she was so happy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yes, I mean, you are still beautiful. You are
thank you.
still young. You are not that old. So I mean, to say that you are not going to be in a relationship anymore is I mean, it's too early. It's too early to decide that. Yeah,
they say that, but
yeah,
like now the relationship is just comfortable, and I guess maybe the fact that he's not from Ghana too helps, because I'm not getting that, whole I want a grandchild, this is what he based it on, that my mom wants a grandchild, my mom all the time. Don't blame your mom of things that you're doing, So I'm like, okay, then one that I had was not enough. So then, yes, I can't do more. I tried and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So then what can I do?
Yeah.
Just go and have these grandkids that your mom wants somewhere else and just leave me alone.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did.
Wow.
And actually, things are good. I mean, I get my checkups. I'm not taking chemo drugs anymore. They took me off because there are no tumors now. So I just try to eat healthy, and I try. I didn't say I'm eating healthy. I said I try. I try to eat healthy and try to stay away from sugar. Mostly sugar, I try my best to stay away from sugar. But it is hormonal type cancer I had, so I don't even know if sugar is helping. But sugar also does feed on cancer cells, so I try to like kind of stay away from sugar and keep the weight to where it needs to be, like this, not too big and not too slim. I don't want people to see that I'm sick or something like that. So I'm also off my hormone medicines because I mean I don't have ovaries now, so I don't see why I should be on those hormone medicines. Yeah.
Wow, you have a very interesting story, honestly. A very interesting story.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're the first person I've said some of these stuff out loud to. Now everybody's gonna see it. Yeah. I don't talk much about it because I've made my peace with it, so, and I'm okay with where I am now. I mean, if it comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't, I just leave. You know what I mean? Even if it comes back, I leave. We take care of it. But as of right now, I'm not really thinking so much about it. I'm just keeping up with my appointments, and hopefully I can live like maybe 30 more years. And I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because now I've really, when she was my best friend. When she passed, I decided to like just dig more into nature, and I made my peace with everything. So now I'm not afraid of death now. Like because I've made my peace with it already. So I mean, I hope and pray that I live long just to see the kids grow, grow up and all. I mean, that's my wish and that's one of the dreams.
Yeah.
So I hope that I do live.
You will live.
Yeah. And
You'll
pray
live.
that I live.
Yeah,
I
you
live
will
long. I live long
You will
to
not
see
die.
to see me in Hollywood, because that's like me and a close friends that were in that movie industry together. We're going to Hollywood because this one movie that we shot, The Water Thrust, we really thought that it would go somewhere, but this producer, oh my goodness, that movie was big. It was big. I mean,
so thank you very much for coming.
oh, you're welcome.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you for having
coming.
me too.
And that is Nana Ama Tontoh. She's an actress, and she was just telling us her story.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Honestly, I enjoyed her story. Even though I sympathize with her, I think that she has done well because she's still strong. Not many people will go through sad things and then will still be able to stand on their feet. But she has been able to do that. And we thank you very much for that. I know that God will carry you to wherever you want to go. And whatever you wanted to do, God will really keep you and take you through. Thank you very much. Thank you, viewers. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again another time. Bye.